Hi, John Marshall, the DrillMaster. I don't know. Hold on just a second here. Let me click this off.
Yeah, that's what's it.
All right, so I don't know who Alejandro Paulino is. However, I do know that, or at least I don't know him personally. I I know that he is an exhibition driller, obviously a world championship. So world class drill um, is well beyond the high school level, even college level, for the most part, because it takes years. It takes hours a day, days every single month, and then years to develop drill like this. Now, I haven't watched this at all. I'm just letting it queue up. I was able to skip. This was, so you can see here, this was, I pressed play and then went in and saw, okay, it's an inspection. Why there's an inspection, I have no idea. But anyway, um, uh, we're going to look at a world-class driller, and we're going to see what. Now, don't let this demoralize you. When I was in Qatar teaching, I decided I wanted to show an example of American-styled exhibition drill, because Matt and I were over there teaching a few years ago, and we were teaching American drill, and then we went into American exhibition drill. And so, what was interesting is as soon as the men over there started watching the videos, they went, "Oh, like, oh, we'll never get that to that point." And that wasn't the reason that I showed them that. It was just an example of what could be in maybe years to come. So don't let this demoralize you. Let this be motivation as to this what could be in your future. Like Ta, the cadet who just won Florida State, it's his goal to keep drilling after high school. If it's not your goal, that's okay. But if it is your goal, then you might want to follow Alejandro. So let's go through. I'll offer a critique here and there, but I'd really like you to watch what you can possibly do in the future.
Yeah, that's what's it.
So, as much as I've talked about not pivoting, doing something different, marching in slowly, not at port, look at this. And still, he won in 2019, apparently. But the level of excellence here is absolutely outstanding. Excellence, there are three types of effect, and excellence is one of them. Now, I if you want to learn more, then read what I've written on my website and in my books and all that. But but the excellence that he shows, now the foot here is definitely something that he could have worked on. But then again, also he's turning his body, so most likely that twist there at the waist caused the foot to, let's see, nope, there, still twisted, still twisted. Let's see. Yeah, it did. So as soon as he twisted his body, okay, so there's a reason for that. But watch the level of excellence that that he presents in his performance. It's simply astounding so far. The precision for every spin, every movement is absolutely spot on. Now, catching that at a slight angle wasn't as effective. I mean, it was an effective move. Obviously, that was just fantastic. However, catching it so that the rifle was vertical would have been even better. But I wanted to go back to here. This spin here. Notice how he takes it from the ground, from the marching surface, spins it, and almost just holds out his hands like pop. It's effortless, and the effortless quality that you can project means that this is a show of extensive training, extensive practice. You don't get this in your first year of junior ROTC spinning. Although, honestly, I expect a little bit more in body articulation, footwork. So demonstration in strength and agility. Now, notice that he went to right shoulder, but he didn't use right shoulder as going just to right shoulder as someplace he didn't know what to do next. So I'll just go to right shoulder and then I'll do something from there. He used it to initiate the next move with that launch. Now, that was just right shoulder for right shoulder's sake. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. So remember, I've talked about the different levels at which we can drill, and then the three sections within each. There's the beginning, intermediate, advanced. Obviously, Alejandro is well in advanced, but also within there's low, medium, and high. Well, he's in high. He's advanced and high level within advanced. So the work that he does is when he went to the left shoulder, the vertical left shoulder, he has an angled right shoulder, a vertical left shoulder, and executing a couple of movements in there that are fairly basic. But what that does is, instead of giving the audience an intense rush and an intense moment that just lasts and lasts and lasts with nothing but spin, 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 toss, 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 and the audience is just going, when's he going to rest? That visual rest comes then with him going into some rather basic and yet very effective work. So if I were to judge, which technically I am, wow, that was just incredible. That deserved a screaming yeah. Holy cow! And I'm quite sure this is the report out then. Man, so you get your visual rest after that punch in the face of that visual performance there. Holy cow, that's just fantastic. Anyway, so you've got the lows, you've got the highs, several highs, and then there's little peaks up there as well. Then you come to a low, and then you come to this high, which is just everybody in the stands should just be going, woo! Here, take my baby, train him to do this. um, it's just spectacular. Now, so his, and now remember, I've also talked about the three more or less categories for for exhibition drill, especially. When you first start out, you're going to be unbalanced. So we have marching, footwork, and then also body work, and then rifle work. So equipment, rifle work, that starts to creep up first when you first start out. Well, definitely Alejandro here is at the top level of. He could probably even do more. He's given us in this performance. He's given us a wide range, which is excellent. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. A wide range of rifle work. The manipulation of the rifle, he can almost do anything. He can probably lay it on the ground and just call it into his hand, that type of thing. But anyway, so high level of rifle work, but an intermediate level here of footwork, and then or body work. That was the next one. A intermediate level of body work, and then also an intermediate. I'd say there's the low, medium, and high. I'd say medium for both the body work and even the footwork, possibly on the low side actually. So I would expect a little more footwork and a little more body work in there, but but again, the level of excellence here, the ability of the rifle work that he displays, just absolutely shines forth, no problem at all. So it wasn't the report out. Holy cow.
Let's go, Reno!
Let's go, please, Barty. Wait for permission to exit. Don't go there. So.
I think he should have reported out with the catch. I really do. That would have just been so powerful. But then so you've got that massive peak, and then you could, holding that position, that is so strong. This is a strong position, but the power that exists in a massive toss and then a horizontal catch, almost perfect, just to stay there in that stance, just it really came across as very powerful, and that would have been an excellent report out. And then to use this work that he's done since that horizontal catch after the toss, to use this as his performance out. So then again, just marching out at carry, it lacks intensity. So there's a big drop off right there, and then there's almost nothing. Of course, he still has the accomplishment of all of the performance that's taken place there, and it's high, absolutely. But so in the a visual adjudicator's view, and I've been judging visual performances for years now, decades really, and to have that just the drop off, it can be effective. It can be something like a leaving the audience wanting and a curtain call. Your favorite performer goes off stage and they wait a few seconds, and the audience is really charged up, and then they come back out and they get even more excited and they perform I don't know, one last song or a couple more jokes, or whatever they're doing. This is probably along that same line. I I'm used to, and I very much appreciate performing out and then an ending statement there, but or closing statement as I've called them. But then again, uh, there really isn't anything wrong with what he's done here, with the choices that he's made. But I still think that a report out with that strong horizontal catch stance would have been just absolutely incredible. All right, so anyway, holy cow, that was Alejandro. That was superb. That really was superb. Absolutely incredible. What would be really nice is to match up all of the performances against this to see what the performances were like. All the solo performances were like during that day back in 2019. So anyway, but this is a taste then of what you can possibly achieve if you decide to spin after high school, and hopefully you do. Um, and you can do it in your spare time. It can be that intense hobby that takes you into your 50s, even like my buddy Constantine Wilson. He just had a love for it, and unfortunately we lost him a few years ago. But we were the same age. Now I'm 58, so I know he would still be spinning if he were alive today. So maybe Alejandro is going to be in his in his 70s and still able to do stuff like this. Who knows? I hope so. Anyway, all right, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching.